This is the Kindy Rockstars Podcast, Season 5. Bringing you incredibly talented singers, artists, creators, and producers in the genre of children's music. I'm your host, Patrick Adams. Each episode will feature songs, albums, videos, or live performances, along with great stories from the artists themselves. Kindy Rockstars Season 5 is proud to be supported and sponsored by Waltmania Public Relations, serving the family entertainment community for more than 20 years. And now, on with the show. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Kindy Rockstars, and I am happy to have back on the show, Kathryn the Grape. How are you?
Hi, I'm really good. Thanks for having me. I love that what season are you in now of Kindy Rockstars? You've been doing this for a while.
Yeah.
5. That's so great. My birthday's 5/5, so it was just meant to be that I came back on your season 5.
Well, it has been a minute since I've had you on the show. So,
Yes.
Fill everybody in. What have you been up to since the last time you were on?
Gosh, I know it's been a few years, and I've been very busy as far as like where Kathryn the Grape media is concerned. I just put out, there's a few projects that I put out as far as like music goes. One of the things that was really important to me, because it was what I liked to do when I was growing up, was I created the All Together Volume 2 album that I put out last year. That's the karaoke versions of all of the All Together songs. So children can sing along, and all videos that went along with it. So, the video project on YouTube is kind of like where my focus has been for the last year and a half. But also making those, the performance tracks and the instrumental tracks that also have the lyrics with them. That all kind of came about, like the energy surge to do that was because I had been contacted by within a very short period of time, 2 different music teachers that were like, hey, can I get the minus tracks for your song, blah, blah, blah. I think one of them wanted Choosing Kindness and the other wanted I Like Being Me. And I was like, well, I do have those, but I might as well just put them out and so people can just do them. And so that was a lot of fun. And then I finalized my nursery rhyme, Kathryn the Grape. I do have an entire line of, early childhood books and music. And so I kind of wrapped all that up with videos and everything. So I've been really, some of these projects, my mind, Patrick, can be like, and so it was this kind of bringing it all in together and, wrapping it up nicely to help create these learning opportunities for children, educational opportunities, and entertaining opportunities. So I've just been, focused on creating books and music and getting more comfortable in front of the camera, doing more Kathryn on camera stuff. So developing out some new YouTube material is something that's kind of like what's coming next as well. So
Very cool. And you put out stuff as Kathryn Cloward as well, right?
yes. So I keep those separate. I ultimately, Patrick, I am a writer. I like to, words are kind of how sharing words through songs or music or books. Or recently I just put out a Kathryn Cloward poetry book, which was, a whole journey for me personally. So what people get through Kathryn the Grape is kind of all of that, we're all living our lives and we're going through our own experiences that often comes out as artists, that comes out of our artistry. So a lot of the work that I do as a growing woman, growing and evolving woman, that's a mom, and my son's a teenager now. And so all the things that we've gone through and I've gone through, that kind of comes out of my Kathryn Cloward music. But then the lessons and the seeds of wisdom and the goodness that I want to share from all of that, I glean out of that. And that's where all the media for Kathryn the Grape comes, like what from pain or, things that we've had to work through on our own level. And even the things that we're not so proud of that we also have to, how can I teach children about, making sure their words are words of kindness and teaching them what does it feel like to be on the other side of that, or to have words that come out of our mouths that is like not so great. I can authentically teach those lessons, whole picture, because I've lived those, so I want to choose more to make sure that the words I say and the things I think and the things I do are coming from that place of kindness and honesty and, high vibing. So yeah, so
I,
it all blends.
I love the fact that you are project based, it sounds like, and you dive in. I'm very much the same way. If I get an idea, and as a project manager by trade, that's what I do in my day job. I just think in that fashion. I think like, what do I want this to be at the end? And then how do I
Yes.
get there? That's my always been my approach.
Yes, I absolutely align with that. Like I'm always like, I call it a map of manifestation. So I even have that in one of my books. So like someone was like, Kathryn, do you want to put the word manifestation in a children's book? I was like, yes, I do. You know, why not? But like, this is what I want. This is what I am. This is the big vision. And then I map it backwards, reduce like, in business, reducing it down to the ridiculous, like step by step down, that helps me get to where I want to go. But also those steps are kind of loose, right? So
Yeah.
even like in an album, I'm going, okay, I want this album to be this many songs and these blah, 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 blah. And sometimes, I have the vision of what I want, but then, that creative beauty comes in and sometimes allows us to, to shape it a little bit differently. And it turns out to be exactly what it was meant to be, and that's kind of really how the Kathryn the Grape journey has been. Like there's been this vision, but then also just based off of what's happening in the world or what's happening with children or just in my own exposure, the series kind of takes, I'm able to put out different pieces of art through music and books and videos.
Well, let's talk about one of your newest pieces of art. It's a new song. It's called
Yes.
Love, Kindness, and Peace. So tell us a little bit about this one, and you have a guest vocalist on it. So tell us about her
Yes,
as
yes.
well.
So, I was looking through my voice recordings because on my projects, right, I work with, I write all of my songs. Okay, Patrick, I write all my songs like before 8 o'clock in the morning. So like I write in the, my coffee, my robe, my guitar on the living room floor. And so I was going back through trying to remember when I originally wrote the song. And I wrote this song actually in March 22 and got in the studio pretty quickly to record the vocals. We got the arrangement done. And the guest vocalist that you're referring to is a young lady named Samara Frances. She's the daughter of one of my really good friends. And so she came into the studio to record, to put her voice on to, the youth aspect of it. And we recorded all of that, that summer. And then I just kind of sat on the song for a little while. It just didn't feel like the right time. And then I decided to re-record some live bass and live drums, and here we are. So Love, Kindness, and Peace is ultimately like ultimate, Kathryn Cloward, Kathryn the Grape message to put out into the world, that ripple that I talk about in a lot of what I do, that ripple comes from within us. So often we might hear message like in response to, but truly like the only thing that we really have any true impact on is how we show up, what comes through us, what comes out of us. So that ripple comes from within out into the world. And so ripple, part of the song Love, Kindness, and Peace is let's ripple love, let's ripple kindness, let's ripple peace out into the world. And that's coming from with each and every one of us. And I think the song, was on creative pause because it needed to come out at such a time as this, as we're experiencing so much, I don't know how, like just so much turmoil
Conflict and turmoil, exactly.
Yeah, conflict and turmoil. That's in many countries within our own nation. There's just a lot. And without being like, having to stand on the stage of political advocacy, to stand on more of the mindfulness of personal accountability, to be like, how am I showing up in this conversation? How can I create a ripple effect from within me out into the world? And it doesn't have to be these, these big, expansive, waves that we create. Our ripple can be that kindness that we show to a stranger without telling anybody about it. I mean, we don't have to like go up on social media and be like, look at me doing this really kind thing, because that actually isn't coming from a place of, you know, spontaneous kindness in action, right?
Right,
It's coming
yeah.
from a more like, look at mine. But so this is a really, you know, it's a simple message talking about like that we are the hope for humanity, like each and every one of us. And also, I think a line of the song that's really important that that I share is like, in every country all around the world, there are people like you and me. You know, how like everyone's living their lives, you know, enjoying their friends and family. So easy for us to get into this mindset, or I mean, I don't think it's easy, but people might find it easy to be like, it's them. You know, there's a lot of division in the world just by the language that we use. But, you know, here we are, you and me and the rest of our community, creating music for families of all ages. And the family that we're cultivating in our own household, there's households all over the world that love the same way we love. Why can't we focus in on that? Allows it to be more inclusive of the whole world versus focusing on conflict. So I want to focus on the goodness.
Yeah, focus on hope. I
Yeah.
completely agree. You know, we as a human race need to come out better. And this kind of message in your song is what needs to win out in the end. And hopefully it will.
Yes. Yes. And I think, you know, we were talking a little bit before the show, but, you know, what our choice is, what we energize, right, Patrick? Like what I want to energize. There's a lot of things that kind of come to me and go like, what do I want to take to the end of a project? Because as you know, like every project it doesn't happen overnight. You know, this is like, you know, constantly kind of like making something happen. So what is it that I want to put my energy into to manifest into material form? And I want to put out messages that I stand behind completely. You know, I wouldn't put out something that doesn't actually align with who I am. And to teach children from the earliest of age about personal responsibility of like, wait, I manage my thoughts, I manage my words, I manage what I do. For that to be, you know, self-realization, a personal accountability, while at the same time a child's getting that message, parents and grandparents and caregivers are listening to the songs that we put out, so they're getting that too. So the ripple is multi-generational for something like this song, Love, Kindness, and Peace. It's multi-generational. It's, you know, it's a global message.
Exactly. And this feels like the right time to play it. Here it is.
Yay!
Love, Kindness, and Peace featuring Samara Frances by Kathryn the Grape.
Thank you.
Claiming what's right and who is wrong, there is matter how old you are, everyone can make a difference in this world. We are love, we are kindness, and we are peace.
We are the hope for humanity. All goodness starts with you and me. We are the hope for humanity. Let's ripple love, kindness, and peace. Love, kindness, and peace. Love, kindness, and peace. Love, kindness, and peace. Let's ripple love, kindness, and peace.
And that was Love, Kindness, and Peace. Great song. So assuming that people can find, stream, download, purchase that song on all the places that you usually would do that, how can people find and connect with you?
Awesome. Well, first of all, I want to say thanks for having me on your show. I really, really appreciate it. And I appreciate and recognize the effort that you put into helping lift everybody up. So I just want to say thank you to that.
It is always my
Um,
pleasure.
Thank you. And then to connect with me, I am mainly on Instagram. So I had to really, have a come to Kathryn meeting with myself about all these social networks. So if anybody, you can find me on Instagram. And if you DM, I do my best to get back to you. And then also I just want to say there is a video for Love, Kindness, and Peace that we just put out. And it's just super fun, super positive. The Samara Frances, audio that you just heard, she's in the video. So you get to see what she looks like. And we just had a really great time. So you can check that out either at kathrynethegrape.com or of course on the Kathryn the Grape YouTube channel. And, but yes, my music is on all the things and I hope people tune in and listen.
Very cool. Well, Kathryn the Grape, it is always a pleasure having you on the show. And I look forward to what you're coming out with next and look forward to talking to you again soon.
Thanks, Patrick.
Thanks.